Dear Army, please help. I am 33 years old and my wife is 29, but she is obsessed with K-pop idols and it is literally ruining our marriage. A desperate man reaches out on Reddit and Army and K-pop fans everywhere respond. Let's get into it. Welcome back, beautiful people. We are back with another banger for you guys. We have a desperate man. We have a worried man reaching out to K-pop fans. Apparently, he feels that his wife is so obsessed with K-pop idols that it is ruining his marriage. He gets really deep, but what's surprising is the people that are responding. Not only the fandoms, but people that are not fans are responding, and they got some crazy-ass theories. Crazy-ass conspiracy theories and rationing going on. So let's unpack it and see what the hell is really going on. And is this actually a problem? Let's go. Okay, right here, pulling this up on Reddit. This was just posted a few months ago saying, wife obsessed with K-pop idols. I am 33, my wife is 29. I have a decent marriage. My man said I have a decent marriage. Okay, let's go deeper. All right, decent marriage, but we have issues and we are working through them. Okay, being honest. One of which is my bedroom. He says one of which is my dead bedroom. Okay. Her lack of interest in sex really makes me insecure, which is something I've always struggled with. I provide this as context for my current issue. Okay, let's go deeper. My wife over the last 6 months or so has gotten incredibly into a specific K-pop group. I wish he would say which one it is. I'm guessing BTS, but I can't be sure. Anyway, K-pop group. At first it was just the music, but it has become a full obsession. All day she watches videos of them. Her phone is filled with pictures of them. Her wallpaper and her phone and computer are of them. She draws them constantly. Hold on. She draws them constantly. Any of y'all do that? She got them on the phone, on the TV, on the wallpaper. She got tattoos, and she draws them. And of course, I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying. She draws them constantly. Also, she has a Twitter account just so she can tweet about them and read about them. And recently, she has joined multiple Discord groups and talks about them. My main issue, honestly, is that she makes me feel insecure, and that's the problem. That is the problem right there, because I could relate. Anyway, she spends most of her day obsessing over these perfect Korean men. Everybody talking about the beauty of the fellas. You know what I'm saying? The beauty of certain K-pop artists. The beauty of artists, period. You know, I think that's a natural thing for a fandom to do. You can obsess over it. It can be unhealthy. I think that's what he's trying to get at. That's all I'm trying to say. Let's unpack more. She spends most of her day obsessing. Exactly, that's what I was just saying. Over these perfect Korean men. She shows very little interest in me physically. And all I could think about is no wonder she doesn't want me. She stares at these other men all day. Damn. Okay, now we're getting to the real root of the problem, right? She stares at these men all day. It doesn't feel good or healthy. I think that if the roles were reversed, it would be seen as awful. Exactly, yeah. If the roles were reversed, it would be seen as awful. If I was obsessing over female K-pop idols and had my phone filled of them, people would see me as disgusting, and I don't get why it's okay for her to do it. Okay. And then it says right here, wife increasingly into K-pop idols, and I don't love it. He does have a point though. That's kind of a double standard there. You know, like if it was reversed and she was like, hey, my grown-ass husband is into these young K-pop girls. It's all over his phone. He watches them all day. He's drawing them. I know for a fact that most wives would have a problem with that, especially if they didn't understand, if they weren't into the genre, right? I could see that. Let me know if you guys agree with that or not. But here's the main issue, y'all. Right here, main issue, honestly, is that it makes me feel insecure. That's what this whole thing is about. Okay, and then from there, I really do have some deep thoughts about what he just wrote, but we'll save that. Going straight to the community though, somebody writes, your post history shows a lot of things or a lot of issues that you have with this woman, from laziness to constant rejection to her very odd psychological issues, now a new obsession with K-pop dudes. She sounds like she has a severe case of arrested development. I am almost never the guy that recommends divorce, but I have to ask, what is actually keeping you with her? And then he keeps going. So that's deeper. I didn't know he had a history of posting about her. So if there's other stuff, and usually that's the case, right? If he's already talking about not only her liking K-pop idols and being infatuated with them, but the bedroom is dead. The intimacy is dead and his insecurity is at an all-time high. So obviously there's other problems that have nothing to do with K-pop because these problems were already here. A lot of times we like to focus on the thing and not the root of the thing. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Keep going, because I have a question on this one. Somebody writes, I live in Korea. I have seen plenty of Korea boos. What is a Korea boo? Is it like a boo that's just Korean? That's what I would think it is. Is that a Korea boo? Anyway, continuing on. K-pop is a PG rated fantasy. PG. The lyrics sound like Disney songs. Okay. I love you so much, baby. You're my one forever. Shit like that. There's no sex to it. This man just said there's no sex to it. Which groups is you listening to? There's no sex. Okay. Anyway, there's no sex to it. There's no reality to it. Okay. They're Photoshop, plastic surgery, faced, manufactured pop stars, lip singing, corny lyrics. Damn. Most girls are into K-pop, have never had a serious boyfriend or had sex before. I'm done with this person. He literally just said most girls into K-pop have never had a boyfriend. Do you realize you're writing this comment underneath a man that is married? He's talking about his wife, a grown woman who has not only had a boyfriend, but has a husband and obviously has had sex before. Who are you writing this to? You're over here talking about, well, women just like this, they're immature, they don't know what love is. Why are you posting this under a marriage topic? I'm done with you. All right, let's see. Therefore, your wife's K-pop obsession is a symptom of something wrong with her brain. That's what the hell he was trying to get. Look at. Therefore, your wife's K-pop obsession is a symptom of something wrong with her brain. Now the man, this man believes in his theory so much that he's like, oh, something's here. For her to like K-pop this much, and that she's a grown woman married, there's something here. She's psychologically damaged, right? One card short of a full deck. Anyway, continuing on. To be quite frank, my wife is very childish. I won't go into all of it, but I find a number of her hobbies to be a bit immature for her age, but I'm not one to point fingers in that regard. She also was poorly homeschooled. Okay, what the hell is we talking about? What the hell is we talking about? People really get into the background of some stuff. She grew up from a rough childhood. Her dad wasn't there. She was poorly homeschooled. She smoked some weed in 10th grade. And that's why she likes the K-pop. What are we talking about? What are we really talking about? All right. Somebody else back here says, what is that? Yep, that sounds like an average Korea boo. It wasn't her fault she had poor education, but it is her fault that she hasn't grown up. She's 29. People can't blame their childhood forever. So now we're talking about her mental state, but also talking about she's immature. She has to grow up. She's 29. Now people are saying she's 29. It wasn't her fault that she had poor education, but it is her fault that she hasn't chose to grow up. All because she likes K-pop. Okay, damn, there's so much to say. Let's read one more. Somebody else said, it won't get any better. In fact, it'll get worse. My classmate from high school in mid-30s, married and obsessed with K-pop idols. She posts about them all day to the point I have to unfollow her. If it's you being obsessed with the female K-pop idols, would your wife let this fly? And there we have it. And that's the point that I was trying to make earlier as well. Because if roles were reversed, it would be considered a double standard. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. If somebody, I would imagine, because I know my wife would, if all of a sudden I popped up and I was like, hey, I know we don't listen to K-pop, but guess what? I do today, and I'm obsessed with these girls. Look at this. Look at all these girls. These young, beautiful girls, and I'm drawing them in posters. My wife's going to be like, either you take the shit down or I'm slapping the shit. I'm slapping the K-pop out your ass. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, She gonna take the K and pop my ass. That's what she gonna do with the K. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, a guy couldn't really do that. Girls could do that, and I think that's what the husband was saying in this original post. He was like, why can she do it and I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a double standard. Anyway, let's go back. The problem is, it's the main problem right here. This is the main problem that sticks out. But before I say that, I think it's insane. It is so insane to me that people are going her psychology, her childhood, because something mentally must be off for her to be this into this K-pop group, right? Here's the thing. I grew up idolizing, loving comedy, movies, video games. What do you see on the back of my wall right now? Over here, I have a lot of like BTS stuff and stuff like that. I've moved rooms a lot, right? But back here, I have a lot of video game stuff. I have some J-Hope stuff in the corner. But right here, video game, right? That's all my stuff. What do I play during the day when I'm not working? Video games. I have a YouTube channel. Video games. You know what I'm saying? So one could look at that and be like, ooh, something wrong with this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. Grown men are not supposed to play video games, but then you go back to like, look at everybody in the world. It's not just me and you, baby. How are there millions upon millions of video gamers and also millions upon millions of K-pop fans? Because it's fucking normal to have an obsession, to be part of a fandom, to be excited from what you're into, you know, to represent it, to draw it, to partake in it, to save money in the concert, to become part of a group on the internet so you could talk about it with people that are like-minded. It's like joining a book club. It's the exact same thing. Now, the bad part is when you over-obsess with it. That's the part. Because that comes down to his insecurity. Did you read that part right there? Where he said, my main issue is honestly that it makes me feel insecure. That is the root, y'all, of all of this. That's what this whole thing is about. When me and my wife ever had talks in the past, if she was doing a new hobby, got a new job, new friends, you know, people grow in relationships. The point of relationships is to grow together. That's one of the hardest things, because a lot of times when we grow, like I said, new jobs, new hobbies, new directions, new likes, new loves, new passions. We don't really tell the other one what's happening with us. We just do it, right? We don't really check in with our partner. And then sadly, if we keep doing that over time, we have a tendency to grow apart. And then next thing you know, you're looking over at your partner like a year or two later, like, who the fuck? Who are you? I don't even know who you are now, right? And that's what the importance is checking in. Because I told my wife from day one, it's all about, no matter who you are or how confident you are, everybody has insecurities and everybody can feel insecure. If long as you're checking in with your partner, you're letting them know, I'm here for you, I love you. You are my person, my soulmate, however you want to phrase it, right? Constantly checking in with them and doing the things that made you fall in love with them in the first place, then I promise you, your life, your new hobbies or whatever, is gonna be so much easier to get away with. Less arguments, less and this and that, and how come you didn't answer your phone? Where were you? You said you were gonna be, blah, blah. As long as your partner is secure, I promise you the fucking arguments dwindle. Because now they have that they have that reassurance that you're in love and you don't want anybody but them. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's easier than said than done, obviously, but I promise you, if this man just had that security, he said it himself, none of this would be a problem. So anyway, long story longer, that's all I'm saying to Mr. Wife is obsessed with K-pop idols. If they could figure out a way to talk to each other, if she could figure out a way to check in with him and to reassure him that he is still the love of her life, that they're good, I promise you this K-pop thing will not be a problem. Because let's be real, if you are married to somebody, that's your dude. That's your woman. Like y'all are ride or die. You know what I'm saying? At least you should be. So you should be able to be willing to compromise, to sit down and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you felt that way. Yeah, you are right. I could probably try a little harder this way. Obviously, you could also try a little harder in certain ways. Let's meet in the middle. It's not 50-50, it's 100-100. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, oh my God, life is so much easier. Life is so much easier. You know what I'm saying? And like I said previously, we always have the habit, the bad habit of looking at the item and saying, evil, bad, evil, this is it right here, rather than the root. Because the root, the problem is always at the damn root. Not my ashy elbows. I'm talking about the root. You gotta look at that root. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, your life will go a whole lot easier. And Mr. Obsessed with K-pop idols, or wife obsessed with K-pop idols, I really do hope your marriage makes it, and you guys work this out. That is, beautiful people. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. We got a lot in the works right now. I'm working on actually, y'all, doing some more reactions. Believe it or not, I just don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it, because I'm also working on a Patreon and a lot of good stuff. So I told you, we're back. We are back, and we got a lot of stuff planned for the month of July. So thank you for the amazing love. For those that stuck with me through these changes, I really do appreciate everything, your love and support, and I promise you I will do my best not to let you guys down, because we are back. Appreciate you as always. I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all forever. Peace.